what are the advantages and disadvantages of sampling and sampling error? What do you mean by sampling error? 0.5 less than means we should mark left side area. So left side area it is. We have to solve problems on binomial distribution and Poisson distribution and normal distribution. Now area from 0 to plus infinity is how much? It is 0.5. Theoretical probability distributions are useful in understanding the behavior of a phenomena in everyone, I am Pragati, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Business Administration, Vidyashram First Grade College, Mysuru. In the last session, I have discussed about the topic probability and I have done problems on ticket, problems on card games and problems on dice. In today's session, I am going to discuss about the topic theoretical probability distribution. Theoretical probability distributions are useful in understanding the behavior of a phenomena in future as observed or actual happening of the event in that area. So, theoretical probability distribution can be classified into two types. They are discrete probability distribution and continuous probability distribution. So, discrete probability distribution again can be classified into two types: binomial probability distribution and Poisson probability distribution. And in continuous probability distribution, we have normal distribution. We have to solve problems on binomial distribution and Poisson distribution and normal distribution. In your examination, they will ask either binomial distribution or Poisson distribution problem, and there is a compulsory question in normal distribution. Now we will solve the problems on binomial distribution. Fit a binomial distribution. They have given x, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then n is 5, 30, 65, 82, 55, 17 and 2. Now we have to fit a binomial distribution. Here P means happening and Q means not happening. So here P is always 0.5 or half. So Q will be 1 minus P. So that is Q is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2. We'll get Q is equal to 1 by 2. So here P is equal to 1 by 2. Then Q is equal to 1 by 2. N, how many observations are there? See, there are 6. So n is equal to 6. Then total, how much is the total? It is 5 plus 3 plus 65 plus 82 plus 55 plus 17 plus 2 is equal to 256. So n is, total is 256. There are 6 observations. So n is equal to 6 and total is 256. Now we have the formula to fit a binomial distribution, that is n into NCR into q to the power of n minus r into p to the power of r. So here r is equal to 0, n is equal to what? 7, Total it is 128. So n into NCR into q to the power of n minus r into p to the power of r. So n is 128 into NCR, it is 7C0 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of n minus r is 7 minus 0 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 0. So 128 into 7C0 is 1 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 0 is 7. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 0 is 1. Then 128 into 1 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 into 1. So 128 into 0.0078125. If we multiply 0.5 for 7 times, we'll get 0.0078125. So 128 into 0.0078125 is 1. If r is equal to 0, expected frequency will be 1. Then if r is equal to 1, n is equal to 7. 128 into 7C1 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 1 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 1. So 128 into 7C1 is 7 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 1 is 6. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 1. 128 into 7, 1 by 2 means 0.5 whole to the power of 6 means if we multiply 0.5 for 6 times, we'll get 0.015625 into 0.5. Then if we multiply these, we'll get 7. If r is equal to 1, expected frequency will be 7. Next, r is equal to 2, n is equal to 7. 128 into 7C2 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 2 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 2. So 128 into 7C2 is 21. So 7 factorial divided by 7 minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So 7 factorial divided by 5 factorial into 2 factorial. It is 7 into 6 into 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial into 2 factorial. 5 factorial will get cancelled. 7 into 6 divided by 2 is 21. Then 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 2 means it is 5. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 5 is 0.03125. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 2 is 0.25. So if we multiply these, we'll get 21. If r is equal to 2, expected frequency will be 21. Then r is equal to 3, n is equal to 7. 128 into 7C3 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 3 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 3. So 128 into 7C3 is 35. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 3 is 4. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 3. So 128 into 35. If we multiply 1 by 2 whole to the power of 4 means we'll get 0.0625 into 1 divided by whole to the power of 3 is 0.125. Then it is 35. If r is equal to 3, expected frequency will be 35. Next 4. R is equal to 4. 128 into 7C4 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 4 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 4. So 128 into 7C4 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 4 is 3 and 1 by 2 whole to the power of 4. 128 into 7C4 is 35. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 3 is 0.125. 1 by 3 whole to the power of 1 by 2 whole to the power of 4 is 0.0625. So it is 35. If r is equal to 4, expected frequency will be 35. Then if r is equal to 5, then n is equal to 7. 128 into 7C5 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 5 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 5. So 128 into 7C5 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 5 is 2. into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 5. So 128 into 7c5 is 21 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 2 is 0.25. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 5 is 0.03125. So it is 21. If r is equal to 5, expected frequency will be 21. Next, if r is equal to 6, n is equal to 7. 128 into 7c6 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 6 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 6. So 128 into 7c6 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 6 is 1. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 6. So 128 into 7c6 is 7 into 0.5. It is 1 by 2 whole to the power of 1 is 0.5. 1 by 2 whole to the power of 0.6 is 0.015625. So expected frequency will be 7 if r is equal to 6. Then if r is equal to 7, n is equal to 7. 128 into 7c7 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 7 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7. 128 into 7c7 is 1 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 minus 7 is 0 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7. So 128 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 0 is 1 into 1 by 2 whole to the power of 7 is 0.0078125. So expected frequency will be 1 when r is equal to 7. Now we have to find out the mean and standard deviation. So the mean of the above distribution is NP. So mean is equal to NP. We know that n is equal to 7, p is equal to 1 by 2. So mean is equal to NP, means n into p. 7 into 1 by 2. Mean is equal to how much? 3.5. Then what is standard deviation? Standard deviation is equal to root NPQ. Standard deviation is equal to root NPQ. So n is equal to 7, p is equal to 1 by 2, q is equal to 1 by 2. So root of 7 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. So root of 1.75, it is 1.325. Standard deviation is 1.325. Now expected frequencies are r is 0, expected frequency is 1. R is 1, expected frequency is 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are all R. Expected frequencies are 1, 7, 21, 35, 35, 21, 7 and 1. So this type of problem will come for 10 marks in your examination. Now we will solve the problems on Poisson distribution. In a box, the following mistakes per page were observed. So number of mistakes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of pages 211, 90, 19, 5 and 0. Fit a Poisson distribution. So e to the power of 0.44 is equal to 0.644. They have given e value here. Now solution. Number of mistakes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Frequencies are 211, 90, 19, 5 and 0. Here total is 325, that is n total. Now we have to find out fx. Fx means f into x. F into x. So 0 into 211, it is 0. 1 into 90 is 90. 2 into 19 is 38. 3 into 5 is 15. 4 into 0 is 0. So sigma fx means total of fx is 143. Now we have to find out the mean. Mean is equal to sigma fx by n. Sigma is 143. So sigma fx is 143 divided by n is 325. So x bar means mean is equal to 0.44. Here mean we can write m. X bar or m is equal to 0.4. Now we have to find out the P0 value. P0 is equal to e to the power of minus m is equal to e to the power of minus m means it is 0.44. Then for e to the power of 0.44 they have given the value that is 0.644. If they have not given in the problem, we have to see in the table value. Here e to the power of m value they have given. So e to the power of m it is mean how much? 0.44. So 0.44 value is 0.644. Now n of P0 is equal to n into e to the power of m. So n of P0 is equal to n is 325 into n of e to the power of m is 0.644. They have given in the problem. It is equal to 209.3. N of P0 is 209.3. Now n of P1, number of mistakes is 1. N of P0 into m by 1. So n of P0 how much here? 209.3 into m. We have calculated m. Here how much? 0.44. So 0.44 divided by 1 because number of mistakes is 1 is equal to 92.09. Then n of P2 is equal to n of P1 into m by number of mistakes 2. So m by 2. So n of P2 is equal to n of P1 is 92.09 into m is 0.44 divided by 2 will get 0.76. Then n of P2 is equal to 92.07 into 0.92 it is 20.26. Then n of P3 is equal to n of P2 into m by 3. So n of P2 is 20.26 into m is 0.44 divided by 3. So n of P3 is equal to 20.26 into 0.146 is it is 2.97. Then n of P4 is equal to n into P3 it is 2.97 into m by 3. So n of P4 is equal to 2.97 into m is 0.44 divided by 4. Then n of P4 is equal to 2.97 into 0.11 it is 0.32. Then the expected frequencies nearest to the units are, see expected frequencies how much? N of P0 it is 209.3. So nearest means it is 209. Then n of 1 it is 92. N of 2 is it is 20.26 means nearest means it is 20. Then n of 3 is it is 2.97 that is 3. Then n of 4 is 0.32 nearest means it is 0. So the theoretical frequencies nearest to the units are 209, 93, 23 and 0. In this problem they have given e to the power of m value that is 0.644. If the value is not given then we have to see in the table. See here e to the power of 0.44. Now we have to divide these as 0.4 and 0.04. So 0.4 and 0.4 it is not there. So 0.4. We have to see in the value in table. See what is the value for 0.04 and 0.4. It is 0.9608 and 0.6703. 0.9608, 0.9608, and for 0.4, 0.6703. 0.6703. If we multiply these two, we'll get 0.644. If they have not given e to the power of 0.44 value, then we have to see in the table. If e to the power of 0.1, then directly we can see in the table 0.1 value. If it is 2 digits after point, we have to divide like this. See, if t value is 0.1, then value will be 0.9048. See here 0.1, it is 0.9048. Now we will solve the problem on normal distribution. The customer account of a Gramina Bank branch has an average of rupees 240. Average means it is mu value or mean value. Mean is equal to 240 and standard deviation is 80. So standard deviation is 80. Assuming that the account balance are normally distributed, and find what percentage of the account is over 300. Over 300 means greater than 300. Over means more than or greater than. Then what percentage of account is between rupees 200 and 300? Then we will solve the solution. Now we will see the solution. So percentage of accounts over 300. Over 300 means more than 300. So x is equal to x is more than 300. So x minus mu divided by standard deviation. So x more than 300 is equal to x is how much? Here this is x. Mu means x bar or mean. Mean it is 240, standard deviation is 80. So x is 300, x bar or mu is equal to 240 divided by standard deviation is 80. 300 minus 240 divided by 80, it is 0.75. Now we will draw the normal distribution. Drawing that is, it is bell-shaped curve. So here it is 0, mean, median, mode are coincide. Mean, median, mode are equal here. Here it will never touch us. It will keeps on going. So this is minus infinity. This is plus infinity. So area from 0 to plus infinity is 0.5. Then area from 0 to minus infinity is 0.5. So whole 1 distribution is always 1. So we can divide from 0 to minus infinity, it is 0.5, and 0 to plus infinity, it is 0.5. Now we'll see the x value. So here it is 0.75. 0.75, it is positive. This is 0. These areas are positive area, these areas are negative area. So 0.75 is there. You assume that it should come in the right side because this area is positive. So you assume that 0.75 will come here. It is 0.75. Now we have to see the sign. Here it is more than. More than means we have marked the line here. From here it should be right side. More than means right side. Less than means left side. So 0.5 to more than means right side area should be marked. So 0.75 to right side area because it is more than. Now we have to find out the value for marked area. So marked area it is 0.75 to plus infinity. It is marked area. We have to find out the value for marked area. So area from 0.75 to plus infinity is equal to, we are finding the value of 0.75 to plus infinity is equal to, how to find out, is equal to, see 0 to plus infinity, we know that it is 0.5. Then 0 to minus infinity, we know that it is 0.5. So 0 to plus infinity it is 0.5. We know the value of 0.75 to plus infinity. So 0 to plus infinity minus means deduct 0 to 0.5. Then we will get this area. I'll repeat. 0 to plus infinity it is 0.5. We know that. Now 0 to 0.75 value we don't want. We have to eliminate this, means we should deduct this. Then we'll get 0.75 to plus infinity. So area from 0.75 to plus infinity is equal to area from 0 to infinity. Area from 0 to infinity minus area from 0 to 0.75. So area from 0 to 0.75. Now area from 0 to plus infinity is how much? It is 0.5 minus area from 0 to 0.75. So we have to see in the table value how much for 0.75. See, this is the normal distribution table. So for 0.75 table value is 0.2734. See, here it is 0.7 in 0.05 column. It is 0.2734. So 0.5 minus 0.2734 is 0.2266 into, if we convert into percentage means we have to multiply by 100. So it is 22.66. So the percentage of accounts over rupees 300 is 22.66%. Next, percentage of accounts between 200 and 300. So here they have given two values, two x values. That is, one x is 200 and another x is 300. So m means mu or x bar, it is 240. Standard deviation is 20. So between means 200, between 200, x and 300. So x minus mu divided by standard deviation and x minus mu divided by standard deviation, because there are two x values here. So 200 minus mu, it is 240, divided by standard deviation is 80, and 300 minus mu value is 240 divided by 80. So 200 minus 240 is equal to minus 40 divided by 80, and 300 minus 240, it is 60 divided by 80. So P is equal to how much? 40 by 80. Minus 40 by 80 it is minus 0.5, and 60 by 80 is 0.75. Now we will draw the normal distribution drawing, that is, it is bell shaped curve. This is 0, this is minus infinity, this is plus infinity. What is the value? It is minus 0.5 and plus 0.75. So minus will come this area. So it is minus 0.5 here. Plus means right side of 0. So it is plus 0.75. So in between means this area. We have to mark in between area. If it is greater than, we have to take right side of marked line. If it is less than means we have to take left side of marked line. In between means it is minus 0.5 to plus 0.75. So we have to mark like this. Now we have to identify the value of minus 0.5 to plus 0.75 value. It is area from minus 0.5 to plus 0.7. Marked area we have to find out. So minus 0.5 to plus 0.75 is equal to marked area 0 to minus 0.5 plus then 0 to 0.75. We need only this much area. So 0 to minus 0.5, then 0 to plus 0.5 will get this area. So we have to do plus area from 0 to minus 0.5 plus area from 0 to 0.75. Then area from 0 to 0.5. 0.5 value we have to see in the table. So table it is 0.5. So 0.5 here, 0.5 is there. So in 0.5 we have to see in the 0 column because there is no next number after 5. So 0.5 in 0 column it is 0.1915. How much it is? For 0.5 it is 1.1915. Then for 0.75, then for 0.75 how much? In 0.7, in 0.7 we have to see fifth column. Where is 0.7? Here 0.7 in fifth column it is 0.2735. So it is 0.2734. Sorry, not 5. It is 0.2734. So here 0.5 value is 0.1915. Then 0.75 value is 0.2734. If we add these two, we will get 0.4649. We have to convert into percentage means we have to multiply by 100. It is 46.49%. Then next question. Mean life of elective bulbs manufactured by a firm is 1200 hours. They have given mean life. Mean means x bar or mu. It is 1200. Then standard deviation is 200 hours. So standard deviation is 200 hours. Find normal distribution if in a lot of 10,000 bulbs, n is equal to total how much? It is 10,000. How many bulbs are expected to have life 1050 hours or more? Or more means greater than. Then what is the percentage of bulbs which are expected to failure before 1500? Before means less than 1500 hours of service. Now we'll see the solution. Let x is equal to life of the bulb. Now first question is probability of life of the bulb is more than that 1050 hours. More than means greater than. Here P is equal to x greater than 1050. So x greater than 1050 is x minus mu divided by standard deviation. So x greater than 1050 minus 1200 but divided by 200. So 1050 minus 1200 is minus 150 divided by 200. So we'll get minus 0.75. So we'll get minus 0.75 if it is more than 1050 hours. Now we have to draw the normal distribution drawing, that is bell-shaped curve. So 0, minus infinity, plus infinity. Now it is minus 0.75. Here minus means left side. So 0.75 will come here. So minus 0.75. Then it is more than. More than means right side of this line. More than means right side of this line. So it is more than. Full area we have to mark it, because from here it is more than means up to plus infinity we have to mark it. Then now we have to find out the area which are marked. So area which are marked, it is minus 0.75 to plus infinity. These are the area it is marked. We have to find out with the help of the table value. So area from minus 0.75 to 0 plus area from 0 to plus infinity. So area from minus 0.75 to plus infinity we have to find out is equal to area from 0 to plus infinity plus, because 0 to plus infinity we know that it is 0.5. Then we need this marked area, means 0 to 0.75 we have to add. So plus area from 0 to minus 0.75. So area from 0 to plus infinity it is 0.5. Then area from 0 to minus 0.75 we have to see in the table value. So table value is, for 0.75 it is 0.2734. Same for in 0.7 column and 0.05 column it is 0.2734. So it is 0.2734. So 0.5 plus 0.2734 it is 0.7734. If we multiply 100 we'll get the percentage. Then number of bulbs have life more than 1050 hours. It is 0.7734 into how many total bulbs are there? There are 10,000 bulbs are there. So 7,734 bulbs will work more than 1050 hours. Then next question. P is less than 1500. See, question is, what is the percentage of bulbs which are expected to failure before, means it is less than. So it is P is equal to less than 1500. X minus mu divided by standard deviation. X is 1050 minus mu, it is 1200 given in the problem. Standard deviation is 200. Then 1050 minus 1200, it is 300 divided by 200. So P is equal to less than 1.5. So less than 1.5 means plus 1.5. Then we'll draw the normal distribution drawing, that is 0 here. This is minus infinity, this is plus infinity. We got plus 1.5. So plus means it should be right side of 0. So it is 1.5 will come here. Now we have the sign less than. Less than means we should mark left side of the marked line. Here we have marked 1.5 here. It is plus 0.5. Less than means we should mark left side area. So left side area it is. This is the left side area which are marked. So we have to find out 1.5 to minus infinity value. This is the area marked. So 1.5 to minus infinity. So 0 to minus infinity we know that it is 0.5. Then 0 to plus 1.5 we have to see in the table. What is the value for 1.5? In table we have 1.5. Here 1.5 is there. So in 1.5 we should see in the 0 column it is 0.4332. For 1.5 table value is 0.4332. See, area from 1.5 to minus infinity, it is area from 0 to minus infinity plus area from 0 to 1.5. So area from 0 to minus infinity it is 0.5. Then area from 0 to 1.5 it is 0.433. If we add these two, we will get 0.9332. So the number of bulbs which are failure before how much? 1500. Failure before 1500 it is 0.9332 into 1000, 9332 bulbs which are failure before 1500. By this, I would like to conclude this chapter. Today, I have done problems on binomial distribution, problems on Poisson distribution and problems on normal distribution. So, you have one more chapter called sampling theory. It is fully theory oriented. So, you have to study theory on this chapter. So, I will tell you the important questions in sampling theory. You need to concentrate on it. So, what is sampling? What are the types of sampling? Then, what are the advantages and disadvantages of sampling? Then, what do you mean by sampling error? So, you need to concentrate these questions so you may expect in your examination. I expect good marks in your examination. So, what you have to do? You should practice more problems. You should work out many problems. Then, you write the formulas in one sheet and go through on it. Okay? So, all the very best. Do well. Thank you so much.